Hi guys, welcome to simplyhike.co.uk. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Berghaus Cornice 3 jacket. Now as you can see, this jacket is a traditionally styled jacket, which means it's going to be perfect for everyday hiking, walking the dog, to even your daily commute. Now before I go through some of the features of the jacket, I'm going to do a nice 360 for you, so obviously you can see the back of it as well. So there you go, there's my wonderful 360 for you. So the features, the core feature that this jacket has is the fact that it is Gore-Tex, which means it's 100% waterproof and lifetime guaranteed. So as long as you take care of Gore-Tex, the Gore-Tex will take care of you. Now, due to the fact that it is a traditionally designed jacket, you have traditional pockets. Now as you can see, they are both zipped. And they're nice and spacious for you. So with the zipping and obviously with the flaps, it's going to keep things nice and dry and nice, safe and secure. The pocket size themselves are perfect for GPS systems, MP3 players, or even your mobile phone. You can even put, a sandwich and a bottle of water in there, and it will sit in there comfortably. A nice little feature that this pocket has is the fact that it's got a fleece lining to it. So by some miracle, if you manage to forget your gloves, or you lose one of them, on your hike or whatever, you can pop your hands in there, working with your core temperature or your core body temperature. It's going to keep your hands nice and warm and nice and snug as well. That's a really nice little feature that this jacket has got. So that's the two main pockets. My favourite feature, to be fair, is the chest pocket, which is hidden away in the main zip part of the jacket. Now, as I will demonstrate, it is absolutely huge. It's pretty much this section of the jacket is one big pocket. So if you've got any OS maps, you want to keep your keys, you want to keep your wallets nice, safe and secure, pop them in there, zip it up, and away you go. You won't even notice that the actual pocket and there's actually things in there. Talking about the zip system as well, obviously you've got this rain cover here, so basically that prevents, or storm shield, whatever you want to call it. You have, basically it stops the wind and the rain getting through the zip and obviously through to your core, which means it's not going to get you wet and it's going to keep your core temperature at the level it should be. So that's a nice little feature. You have these toggles here. Now what these do, if I pull on them, they draw the actual waist part of the jacket in towards it. So if you want a bit of a snug, a bit of a more of a closer fit, due to the fact that the wind's picking up or anything like that, or just for general comfort purposes, pull those in, do the toggle up, and away you go. And all you need to do to reset it, just undo the toggle, stretch out the jacket, and away you go. It's gone to its original shape. Now obviously the zip itself is a plastic YKK zip, which means it's really durable, but also it's nice and lightweight, so it doesn't add too much with the jacket. But let me demonstrate as well with the high collar. So it goes all the way to the top point of the collar. Now, the collar itself is really designed to keep the wind chill off your neck. So if you've got a chute or if you've got a scarf, with the collar, it's going to keep everything nice and snug around your neck. But don't worry, it's not going to be restricting in any way. There's quite a lot of room around there. So obviously with that, and Berghaus have got, with the design, have had it in mind that you're probably going to be wearing a chute or a scarf. So it's not going to feel restricted in there whatsoever. So that's the front part of the coat. What I'm going to do now is go through the inner parts. So the first thing you will see is obviously the double zip. So this is the outer zip and this is the inner zip. Now this is actually for a fleece. So this is an actual start of a 3-in-1 system. So as you can see, you've got the zip there. So the fleece that it takes is a Berghaus 200 weight fleece. As long as it's a YKK zip, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. So you can zip it straight in. You can connect it if I show you here. So if you look at the fleece as well, there's normally a little loop of fabric on the actual cuff part of the fleece. That feeds through that there. I'll show you there. Clap that down. And what that does, let's do that properly, Sean. What that does, that keeps the actual fleece nice, safe and secure. So if you've got to pull your arm out, it's not going to take the arm of the fleece with it. So that's a very basic, but it does the job. So that will zip in there nice and comfortably. As I said, the only thing you really need to do when it comes to the fleece is 1, make sure it's Berghaus, 2, make sure it's a 200 weight fleece. Now Berghaus 200 weight fleeces come with YKK zips as standard, so it should easily zip into there. So as long as you tick that, and also The fleece is the same size as the jacket. Now this is really vital in keeping your core temperature. So if you have a large jacket, you're going to want to buy a large Berghaus fleece. Now if you put in a larger or a smaller fleece inside the actual jacket itself, it will zip in with no issues. So if you were to zip in a large fleece or a small fleece, it will zip in fine, but it might be a bit too tight or too loose at the top part and the bottom part. This is going to interfere with keeping your core. So if you have something too small, you might get overheat, but if you have something too big, you might underheat with it. So it's always important to have a large fleece with a large jacket, and that ticks all the boxes. Also what you have is a nice mesh back panel as well. So obviously if you've got a fleece zipped in, it's just for circulation and for comfort. It's going to keep you nice and cool as well. Yet again, working with your core temperature. You also do have a general liner on the inside as well, so you're not rubbing against the actual Gore-Tex membrane or the actual outer part, or the inner part of the outer shell, should we say. So that's a really nice little feature. So let's go to the hood, shall we? Let me zip this up. So the hood itself is in the collar. So all I need to do, there's 3 bits of Velcro, 2 at the sides and 1 at the front. And it is as simple as unrolling it, getting that out, boom. And away you go. So the hood there is nice and up. So if it's absolutely chucking it down with rain, or you get a flash flood, should we say, boom. It's as easy as that of getting the hood out and to give yourself some coverage. Obviously you can wear it with your collar open, but really it's designed to have it with the collar done up. So this will cover this bit here, and basically this will give you the shape that you need for your vision and just for your general head use. So using the toggles on the front here and on the back there, you can pull in the actual hood itself, mimicking the shape of your actual body. What that does 2 things. It gives you the shape that you need for comfort, but then also the actual hood itself will move around with you no matter where you need to look. So rather than your head doing what I'm going to show you now, once it's all tightened up, it will move with you, which is a really nice and a really traditional feature, but I'm glad they've kept it in there. Also, the hood itself is peaked, so if it's absolutely chucking it down with rain or it's really windy, rather than it doing this, it will stay nice and taut at the top there. Now these 3 things, so the collar, the toggle system and the actual peak work together. So if you've done them all those 3 correctly, it's going to give you the clear sight that you need. So you can see where you are and you can see where you're going without any difficulty. So as long as you've done those 3 correctly, you shouldn't have any issues with vision. And that's a really nice and a real key feature to have in this jacket. As I say, with it being a traditional jacket, having a little bit of tech in the hood is is a real key and a really nice feature to have. Anyway, so that's the Cornice jacket from Berghaus. For more information, please visit us at simplyhike.co.uk.